Great to see you, man. Awesome hitting that break last night, by the way.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it yet, Brian. The video got lost in all the food pics and grandkid posts. There's just too much stuff on Facebook. I don't want to buy protein shakes for my cousin's kid or watch a cat playing piano. Facebook wasn't made for collecting, that's for sure.
Well, Chris, now there's a better way to break.
Well, spit it out. What does that mean?
There's a new platform designed specifically for breaking, created by the pros at Real Sports Cards. It's called Uncommon. When you use Uncommon, you won't see any of the Facebook clutter. You can tune in to a current break in progress, see what's dropping next, browse your favorite card categories, and easily find what you're looking for.
That looks easy as pie. How do I join a break?
You simply click, and your spot is on hold. No more constantly refreshing and commenting to claim teams. Then it safely and securely charges your account. A notification will tell you when the break is about to start, and a live chat lets you cheer each other on.
Well, this is a walk in the park compared to Facebook.
Yep, sure is.
Can I start now?
Absolutely. Visit uncommonapp.com today for a better way to break.
Where has this been all these years? I think I might delete my Facebook now.
There we go. Test, test, test.
You know sign language.
I do know sign language,
You want to
actually.
just do sign language?
That might be better. There we go. All right, now we're good. That might be better. There we go. Who's here with us? Who's here with us?
How do you say Happy Friday in sign language?
Oh, you say Happy Friday.
See?
There you go.
See,
If anyone knows sign language, you can do the whole thing.
We could have done the entire Q&A as sign language.
Yep. I don't know if I could have done the entire thing. My sign language isn't that good.
You rusty?
Yeah. I'm a little rusty.
Better get on it.
I'm going
Better
to.
get on it. Wolves in 7, baby.
They crushed last night.
I don't know. I feel like the NBA is rigged.
To get to a game 7 or what?
I know. I just like, how can the Wolves be so dominant in 1 and 2 and 6?
Yep.
And get so dominated in 3, 4, and 5.
It hasn't even been like.
It's not been like close
for any of
it
these
hasn't.
games,
It
right?
hasn't been close competitive games. It's just been like one team blowing out the other team.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the Cavs series where they just got blown out every single game.
Right. Right.
I don't know. I mean, game 7 on the line. These dudes start playing good. The bench stays hot. They find a way to shut Jokic down. It also helps that dudes like Jamal Murray went like 1 for 20 from the field.
Did you? At one point in the fourth quarter, the Timberwolves went on a 22-0 run.
Yeah, they were up by 50.
A 22-0 run. I checked in when I popped in. It was like 24-2 was the score in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's insane. Well,
But what does that say for Sunday, though? Like,
oh, they're
you
gonna
can't
they're gonna
actually.
get smoked.
Are they going to get
They're
spanked?
gonna get spanked.
Like,
Yep.
like, does Jokic take over the game, or I mean, can anyone guard him?
Well, apparently someone can. Look at yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Did you see that quote about like the 20th anniversary or whatever?
Yeah.
On Sunday is the 20th anniversary of when they beat the Kings in Game 7.
Yeah.
It is weird that it's also Kevin Garnett's birthday, but I don't know if Kevin Garnett really likes the Wolves anymore.
I don't know.
I think he has love for it. Did you see that that Ant is wearing his like finger wraps or whatever? Like legitimately wearing a number 21. And Kevin Garnett has a podcast where he's talking about it. He's like, yeah, I'm sure they still have some of that stuff, like some of that old stuff back from when he was playing.
Funny.
Which I don't know why Ant is wearing it, but he just started wearing those like the little finger headbands.
Funny. Who's hanging out with us this morning? Say hello. Drop a comment in the feed. Let us know that you are hanging out. I see Chris. I see David. Jester's in the house. We got a bunch of folks. We are in Studio 2 today.
Yeah, the B studio we'll call it.
B-
That's the one that Andrew and Titus break
Junior
out of.
Varsity.
Yeah, the JV studio.
This is the JV studio because Emil broke the varsity studio.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm still saying Titus is our resident tech expert, and the tech was not up to par on everything. So
it sounded like you updated something and then
Correct.
it no longer worked.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
That is what happened.
So Titus didn't do the tech update. You did the tech update.
which is probably the first problem.
Yeah.
We
okay.
need Titus to do all updates from here on out.
So yeah, you'll notice, instead of the beautiful Real Sports Cards logo and green screen, we've got a door
and a little bit of grass too.
and a little bit of grass, which we don't have to mow.
Thankfully,
Yes. Yeah.
we got to mow outside. It's been raining a lot. Grass going quick. But
Yeah. I got a new mower.
I heard about that.
I got a new lawnmower.
Zero turn, extra high power,
54-inch zero turn, baby.
Lamborghini
Let's go.
engine on it, so it goes 100 miles an hour.
Vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom.
Chris, this is the studio where that fan goes on like crazy. That's another thing Ted's gonna have to look at. The thing just starts. We might hear it this morning. It sounds like
What?
a jet engine taking off.
This fan?
No, the
Oh,
computer
the
fan.
computer fan?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So it
Why-
legit sounds like a jet engine.
Like, these are all new computers. I don't know why you guys break them.
Titus, it's Titus.
Unreal.
Maybe it's Nags. I don't know. Maybe the problem started when Nags started breaking
Is that
full
what it
time.
is?
Yeah, he'd be switching between studios and doing all sorts of stuff to everything.
Man, I tell you. So, Banyan's in the house. He's like, yeah, I mean, you're going to have to start with Scottie Scheffler, right?
Yeah. So
I got to see Scottie win the Masters 3 weeks ago. Now I get to see him be arrested.
yeah, all I saw. I woke up this morning. I went on Instagram. I think the first thing I saw was Scottie Scheffler in an orange jumpsuit, like his mugshot. I was like, what's going on?
They did not have him. Did they really have him in an orange jumpsuit? They did
I don't know
not.
if it was a real photo or not.
There's
but-
no way.
Yeah, they
That's-
booked him.
That's Photoshop. Yeah, but he was like out. They literally like
I don't know. This looks pretty legit.
that's got to be fake. It has to be fake. He was literally like arrested at 7:00 and back to the course
I don't
by
know. Yeah, you tell me what you think.
back to the course by 9.
Legit or not? I'm going legit.
There's no way. There's no way. They arrested him at 7 or like 7:00 and he was back to the course by 9.
Yeah, booked him and got him out. Once the police chief found out that they arrested the dude that was in the
They're
lead of the
freaking
tournament.
arrested. Did you hear what happened though?
He was basically trying to go out because there's a crash or something.
Somebody died.
Oh wow!
Like a pedestrian got hit in the van lane or in
Okay.
like the bus lane. Pedestrian got hit, died on the scene,
okay.
and at like 5 a.m.
Yep.
They shut it down. Like obviously they shut down all the traffic, everything like that. And now it's 6:30, so it's an hour and a half later, and they still have everything shut down. So he tried to drive through the median to get into Valhalla,
Okay.
and he started to drive through.
I did hear that other golfers had taking the same
Oh,
path.
really?
Yeah.
I did
don't know
not
if it was
hear that.
before or after, if he was the first
I
one.
did not
or
hear
what.
that. So he tried to drive through the median to get into Valhalla, and like a police officer tried to stop him,
Yeah.
and then like grabbed onto the car,
Yeah, and then grabbed in after
and
he
then
broke.
like reached through the window after Scottie stopped, like reached through the window to like grab Scottie and like pull him out of the car. So
Threw him against the car, cuffed him, threw him in the back.
yeah.
Sounds like the last time I got arrested. I've never been arrested.
I'll plead the fifth on mine. Plead the
That's
fifth.
a first for everything, I guess.
Plead the fifth.
I don't know if that's one that I want to have a first with.
Emil had to take me to court.
I did.
This
yeah.
week.
I got photo.
I did not
photographic
get
evidence.
arrested. I did not get arrested. But yeah, Emil had to take me to court. He got a picture of my name on the
Yep, on the waiting list.
On the waiting list at court.
Yep.
So
Maybe that's what we need to do. Instead of Barstool doing the Scottie Scheffler shirts, I'll Photoshop your face onto a mugshot.
yeah.
On an orange jumpsuit. We'll sell those. That'll be
Yeah.
our next Blue Diamond reward drop.
A Blue Diamond Rewards will be a T-shirt of my name
Yep.
on the check-in board at
Yep.
the Hennepin County Judicial Building.
100%. Yep.
Brutal, man. I don't know, but big hobby release today, huh?
Big one.
Archives Signature Retired Player Edition. It's actually one of my favorite products to open for
It
myself.
is. Last year we opened, I think every year we've opened a bunch of
I
them.
love opening this stuff.
The best part about it is, at least for me, there are dudes that I may have never heard of that you hit 101s, you get those 101 hot cases, and they sell like crazy.
Yeah, but that's because they're great players.
No,
And
I
just
don't
the
think so.
fact that you've never heard of
Who
them.
was the other dude? It was one of those Japanese pitchers for the Yankees. Like, kind of like a...
What, like Masahiro Tanaka?
No, not as big a name as that
No,
one.
no.
You know who I'm talking about.
It was it was Hideo Nomo. You didn't know who the Dodgers' Hideo Nomo was.
No, I could have sworn he was a Yankee. I don't know who it was.
I don't know, but there's always like half the checklist Emil has never heard of before.
It's not the best product for me to break.
Oh, was it Hideki Kuroda?
Yeah, that's who it was. That's who it was. And I hit a 101 and it sold for I got it, so we did a hit draft at the store here, a few of us. I got it with like a middle pick kind of towards the end, and it sold for like $150.
Yeah.
Like, that's massive.
So we have some favorite ways to rip this. One is hit draft. Like you rip a case and then you hit draft it.
Yep.
And then the other one is Pack Wars. I love Pack Wars. Like serial number Pack Wars.
You just like getting bloody with it.
I do. I like serial number Pack Wars where if you get a 101, you automatically lose.
Yep.
But never fail. Emil doesn't know half the players on the checklist.
Nope.
I mean, you've learned about people like Larry Walker from this product.
No, I've known Larry Walker.
You did not know
I
Larry
know
Walker.
Larry Walker.
Harold Baines.
Larry Walker's not in the product this year.
Yeah. Harold Baines. Never heard of before this product.
Nah, but he's in other top stuff. There's some of those guys that are other. I've learned of like Greg Nettles. I never knew who Greg Nettles was before Heritage Archives retired.
It's depressing. Probably didn't even know who Ken Griffey Sr. was.
I know his son. I can go through the checklist and see if there's any other guys that I did.
Are there? Yeah, let's do that. Emil's going to pull up the checklist for Archives Retired Player Edition, and we're going to see how many of these guys Emil has never heard of.
There's probably going to be a lot. Archives retired. Let's see. I know the checklist did come out. Jeter and Mickey Mantle. I know those guys.
The Mickey Mantle chase is kind of a fun addition to this.
That's pretty awesome. All right. Let's
1959 All-Star buyback card signed by Mickey Mantle.
Alvarado, I know. I've never really seen them. Let's see. These guys I all know. Like George Brett, Mark Burley, Steve Carlton, Joe Carter.
I mean, it's not a product without Coco Crisp.
Yeah, it just depends on who he's going to be with last. Because
Do you know
last year
who-
he was...
Do you know who Bucky Dent is?
he's been in some other top stuff. Chili Davis, yeah, but I don't really have any like notable things to say about these guys. I probably couldn't even tell you where they played.
You didn't know who Jim Edmonds was?
Yeah, the Cardinals are great.
You did
I
not.
know who Joe. Yeah,
You did
100%.
not know who Jim Edmonds was.
Because he's in
He
other,
was one
he's
of the
in other top
greatest,
stuff.
one of the greatest center fielders of all time.
He's in other top stuff, so I know who he is. Cecil and Prince, I know those guys. Raleigh Fingers, I have a personal vendetta against Raleigh Fingers, so I know who he is. Julio Franco, that's Wander's dad. Alex Gordon, I know that. There's actually not many names that I haven't heard of. I actually don't know of any. Ron Guidry, I know who he is. Matt Holliday, he's got a good son. Let's see. Andrew Jones has a good son.
This checklist is actually pretty good.
It is really good. Jimmy Key, I don't know who that is.
You don't know Jimmy Key?
Never heard that name.
Yeah, he was a pitcher, pitched for the Yankees for a lot of years.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. Cliff Lee, that's an Indians legend right there. He's probably He's probably a Philly in this product.
Yeah, but yeah.
Kenny Lofton,
yeah,
you got some great Indians here.
Yeah, but they aren't even going to have cards for the Indians.
That's what happened last year.
Last year, he didn't even have cards because they didn't want to put an Indians card in the product, right?
Bill Madlock sounds kind of familiar, but not like
Pirates.
Yeah, I don't really know who that is. Mark McGuire, Molitor, Justin Morneau. There he is again, my boy Greg
Nettles.
Yep. Al Oliver. I don't know who that is.
Al Oliver. Yeah.
Let's see.
Do you know what Dave Parker's nickname is?
Don't think I could say that one.
Cobra.
Do you have a Dave Parker ball?
I have a Dave Parker the Cobra ball.
Let's see. Albert Pujols, Aramis, Hanley Ramirez. Let's see. I think that's about Freddie Sanchez. I don't know who Freddie Sanchez is. Mike Scott. That's too basic of a name that I don't know who that is.
Mike Scott was in the product last year. I think we hit a 101 Astros Mike Scott autograph.
Oh, is he the one that we saw like a ton of? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Dave Steeb.
Dave Steeb.
Who's that?
Blue Jays legend.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Tim Wallach.
Gene Tennis.
I know he's been in some other products. Rick Wise. I don't know who that is. Matt Williams.
Kerry Wood. Do you know who Kerry Wood is?
That's a Cubs legend.
Do you know what he's notable for?
I don't know.
No?
No, no idea.
He got drafted. He was the number 1 pick over Joe Mauer.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Because was Joe Mauer number 2?
Yep.
To the Twins? Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
That'll be a fun product.
Yeah,
we
it's a
like
good
it.
one.
We have fun with it here in the shop. We'll do some breaks. It'll be interesting. Sometime we need to come up with a little some kind of format for breaks that's bloody, because we like when it's bloody here in the shop.
Yeah.
Little Pack Wars action.
How would you? I'm trying to think of how you would do that.
Could you incorporate Pack Wars into a break?
Like a random team, random box. That's how you do it.
Yeah, like a random box, but you pit like people against each other.
Yeah, basically. So it's like box 1 versus box 20, and box 2 versus box 19, box 3 versus box 18. And so you just end up with half the people getting 2 cards, half the people getting
0 cards.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I would buy a spot in that.
Yeah, that would be the way. We are doing pick your teams. I think Tom's going to be posting up a couple pick your teams here this morning.
Dual case
Dual case
PYT?
pick your team. Yep.
Oh, this morning already.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
10
that'd
o'clock.
be dropping any minute now.
Correct. They'll be dropping here
No,
soon.
that'd be fun. It's a good product. If we had more, I would be opening it myself.
Yeah, we actually don't have a ton of it.
We
It's
just
part of the
we do
problem.
not. We got I don't know what the scoop was on this one, but our numbers are really low on this one. So
Right. Yeah, so we'll rip a bit of it. We'll throw some in mixers. It's also a great mixer product.
Yeah.
Where you can throw 5-6 boxes in a $49 mixer and still have other good boxes around, because it's what, a $79 box or something like that. So,
right.
So it adds in a lot of hits for a lot of different people.
So as you guys know, this is our time. We like to pop in on Friday mornings. We call it a Q&A, but we're thinking about changing the format a little bit.
Yep.
So we've put a little bit of thought into it. We like it as a Q&A. We want to keep it as a live. We like being able to interact with you guys and hear your questions and address some of the things that you bring up. But we're planning on turning this into a formal podcast. And so now is your opportunity to help us name the podcast. Right?
We haven't had much. We might have a couple ideas. But
We really haven't spent any time yet coming up with names for our podcast. And here's how I envision this being different from a traditional podcast. Like we don't want this to just be like sit down and
us
talking about news and I just don't like that. Like I don't need a talk show.
Yeah, we don't need a yappy hour.
I think the best part of this time is us being able to hang out with you guys and have you guys contributing to the topics of conversation and the content, what we talk about our brakes business, or what we talk about the shop, or what we talk about the app, or just the industry in general, or products specifically. And so our plan is to formalize this into a podcast. And absolutely, it is going to be a lot different format. It is going to be a live podcast.
It'll be similar to how we have this set up right now.
We're not going to change it a lot from where we are today. It's still going to be the same format because we want it to be interactive. We don't want it to be preachy or us just talking at people because that's just boring. Like there's plenty of hobby podcasts out there, and the truth is, in my opinion, they just make up most of the stuff that they talk about.
Yeah. Well, just every podcast in general is just a lot of yapping and not a lot of actual like anything.
Right. So you guys have an opportunity to contribute to it. So there's our first nomination is Real Collectors. But drop your ideas in the comments, and who knows, in the next couple of weeks we'll be ironing that out a little bit.
Right.
We'll be moving it out of the studio, so we're gonna do this live from the shop. So yeah, I mean, it kind of is like a virtual barbershop.
That's basically what this is in the morning. Just everyone getting together, hanging out. Like that's kind of what we envision it to
be. Yep. Sorry, missed.
That's a pretty good one, actually.
Kind of like that one. Sorry, missed.
I think what are a couple of ones that we were like kind of thinking of? Like,
I have no idea.
I know we were thinking of like Real Pod or Real.
No, that
something.
Sounds terrible.
Well, yeah. Well, obviously they're not locked in.
Yeah. So, sorry, missed in the morning. So, the morning rip.
That's a good one.
Morning rip. I don't know. If you have ideas that you think of along the way, feel free to shoot us messages.
Yeah.
Because we'd like to lock that in and get rolling on that.
Yeah. We're getting some of the production stuff set up right now, and getting some new microphones and getting some new lights and stuff like that.
Computers that Emil hasn't broken.
Yeah. We need some more of those because there's not many of those here.
Yeah. So we're all set to open it up to Q&A. So this is the time where you guys no holds barred. Just about anything is game. And, we'd love to answer questions for you guys about the business, about the hobby, about things that are changing, things that you are hearing, rumors that you're hearing in the market. I'm always happy to shed light on conspiracy theories. Anything's game. Ryan Ziegler asked about Bowman Jumbo PYT.
We've done a couple jumbo randoms. So Topps really changed the production on Bowman this year. Right.
So Bowman was really produced. What they did is they made choice for the first time.
Yep.
And they had to take those autos from somewhere, and it feels like they took those autos from jumbo production.
Correct. Just based on the amount of jumbos that are out there.
And so, production was really, really hobby heavy, and our allocation of jumbos was really low. So ultimately, we didn't have a choice but to kind of hold our jumbos back and use those for the multi-casers, the 5-case brakes, the 10 case breaks, 3 case pick your teams, things like that. That's kind of that we had to withhold those for those breaks because we just got so much more hobby. So, and you probably saw this across breakers. You know, it's not just us. This affected every breaker. Is, you know, everybody's running pick your team and hobby. Or pick your team in random hobby cases,
right?
Because nobody had enough jumbos. But we have introduced a couple drafted teams.
Yep.
Jumbo cases.
Yep. Past 2 nights.
The past 2 nights.
Yep.
We likely will bring in a jumbo PYT at some point.
Right.
But again, it's not going to be a ton. So if you see a jumbo PYT and you've been waiting on jumbo PYT, you got to grab those spots quickly because we don't have unlimited cases to be able to just roll out PYT after PYT after PYT. Topps offered us another opportunity to buy more jumbos at a price that's $600 higher than what we paid initially, which means we would have to raise our price $600 on jumbos if we buy more. And right now we're kind of thinking that we're not going to buy more. We're just going to roll with the Bowman that we have. You know, because I have concerns about trying to push through a $600 price increase on the product. So, you know, we do have a reasonable amount of Bowman left between us and Wisconsin. So we've got enough Bowman to rip Bowman for the next month.
Just not unlimited, unfortunately.
Not unlimited. We're definitely going to be posting less Bowmans per day.
Correct.
You know, so that we can make that Bowman last versus last year where I think we just kind of had access to, you know, a ton of Bowman and we were able to break it for 2 months.
Yep.
You know, and just keep cranking on it.
Yep.
We're probably going to rein it in and not buy the third wave of product allocations.
Yeah, where we bought the third wave earlier, but also didn't end up doing well on it based on just paying too much.
Yep. So that's kind of the, you know, the behind the scenes take on Bowman right now. The product has been fantastic.
Yeah, it's still been strong.
You know, from a product quality standpoint, the quality has been better than past Bowman releases. Condition of cards. It's a shorter autograph checklist than past years, so it's actually easier to hit the bigger players. It's been a little easier to hit the rookie autos, which has been good.
And the rookie inserts are selling like
the rookie
crazy.
inserts are selling great.
Yep.
They added some content with more case hit type inserts, which added value to the product. And we've been seeing about 50% numbered autos.
Yeah, throughout every format.
Through every format, hobby, jumbo, and choice, 50% numbered autos, which is better than past years.
Correct.
So overall, Bowman is strong. You know, the singles are selling fairly well when you consider you know, at this stage versus last year's product.
Right.
And arguably some of those players have better staying power than someone like a Drew Jones last year.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, I think overall Bowman's been fantastic. I've been really pleased with it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's been really good. And you did another Pearl pack last night and had a Dylan Cruz base Pearl in that. Which
the Pearl packs are just great additions to hobby.
They look better this year too. They made
hobby honestly, hobby's a fantastic format with oranges.
Yep.
It's the only format that has orange.
Yep.
And with the Pearl packs, it's a really great chase.
Yep, and the price has stayed the same as of this point.
We've
where
been able to
hold. HJ have gone up.
Yeah, we've been able to hold our price on hobby from release day to now. Now, if we rebuy hobby,
it's got to go up.
Then it would have to go up $600.
Right.
Because they increased hobby by $600 also, but you know, we're in a position where we've got a reasonable enough amount of products that we're going to be able to basically insulate you guys from those increases. We're not gonna even though the rest of the market's already pushing through those increases, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna hold our release pricing and
Yep.
and just cruise through the rest of the cases that we have.
Yep.
So yeah, so it's been good.
Yeah. Gran Formaggio asked, "Can we ever see random or pick your player in other sports other than baseball? Pick your player, random player."
Yeah,
Which we have done. Pick your players in Formula One. Single case. Pick your player. Pick your driver.
Yeah.
Golf. We've done a couple. Pick your golfers already. I think the reason we haven't done any major like multi-case pick your players in like football or basketball, for instance, is one, price.
Yep.
Some of those products are just price prohibitive.
Yeah, I mean when it's different when a case is $8,000 a case,
Right.
and then you're trying to do multiple cases for a product that has very few cards.
Correct.
In a lot of cases.
Yep.
And the other is just product
Limitations,
access. Like honestly, we just don't have big enough Panini allocations to commit 5 cases to a Crown Royal
Right.
pick your team or a limited football pick your player. Sorry.
Yep.
So product limitation. Now that's going to change a little bit.
Yeah.
As Fanatics rolls out.
That kind of rolls into Mike's
football,
next question.
As Fanatics rolls out football products and basketball products, obviously our relationship with Fanatics is different than our relationship with Panini.
Yeah.
Our access to product historically has been really good with Fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I would expect to see a lot more of those types of formats as we start rolling into products like Topps Chrome Basketball or Midnight Football.
Yep.
And a lot of these new releases that are going to be coming for football and basketball, which are coming this year.
Yeah.
So we
it's
talked
exciting.
about that. We've talked about that, I think, in the last Q&A with all of the different, or maybe the last couple,
Right.
all the different NFL and NBA products that are coming already this year as non-licensed products, but are going to have awesome chases.
Yep, and we'll for sure be running those formats with some of those products that warrant it.
Right. Yep. Exactly. So yeah, I'm excited to, as we continue to get more product to be able to branch out on the types of formats that we're rolling.
Yep, 100%. All right, so with that, what's releasing during the National? Topps Chrome Basketball is hopefully in the works.
So Topps is targeting late July
Okay,
for Topps Chrome Basketball.
so that would infer
That would
National.
infer that they're trying to get it done for the National.
Yep.
And that's assuming a number of things. One, production. They can get production worked out on it. They can get the autographs
Signed,
secured and signed in time.
Right.
And that all the licensing issues with the NBA Players Association are in place.
Right.
And they can get that done, right? So I don't expect it to be a massive print run product. The reality is they're going to be drawing from a lesser pool of available players.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would imagine that it's going to be a lesser or a more abbreviated checklist.
Yep.
But they have announced guys like Durant and Curry and LeBron, and obviously Wembanyama,
Yep.
rookie autos. So I think we're in for some really exciting NBA and NFL non-licensed products here in the second half of this year. So I'm pumped.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully they get it done. If they're able to have Topps Chrome Basketball for the National, that's going to be wild.
We would love to be able to rip Topps Chrome Basketball at the National.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
yeah.
And because last year was Topps Chrome Baseball for the National, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we started off the National with like 10 case or 5 case Topps Chrome pick your players
Yeah.
for baseball,
Yeah.
which I like that timing too, like right in the middle of the season, late July. Obviously, just anything centered around the National helps.
Yeah.
I think 2 years ago was like Tier 1, and Topps Chrome was pushed back a little bit,
Right.
if I remember correctly, when we were in Atlantic City, but I'm not sure.
Yep.
So,
Jester asks, is there a format for high value cards that just moves in rotation, like first card goes to the randomized first slot and second to the second? So
well, we've done that with Random Hit,
we've done random hits
which
where,
is similar.
with like Archives,
Yep.
with like a product like Archives Signature Series, where there's just 19 or 20 spots,
Yep.
and everybody just gets a random card.
That's in the order that they're pulled.
So
it'd be like card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4.
It's not in the order of the value of the cards. So I think maybe what Jester's getting at is there's something that would go in order of the value of the card.
Right.
And I think the biggest challenge with that is actually determining the value of the cards and what order they should go in a way that makes everyone happy. Yeah. Right? Because at the end of the day, especially, on a new release, Archive Signature Series retired,
there's no way.
Where do you put, the Greg Nettles 1 of 1 versus the Paul Konerko out of 10?
Right.
Like it's such a subjective value thing when there are no comps. Mm-hmm. Then doing it by value is tough. But yeah, absolutely, we have done just like random hit where people just get hits in the order that the cards are pulled.
Yep.
And then with our drafted teams break, looking forward towards the future, with our drafted teams break, one thing that we've done, or one thing that we could do, is tweak that drafted teams technology a little bit so that the ranking happens after a break. Right? So in the drafted teams break, you buy your spot, and then you put the teams in the order that you would prefer to draft them or pick them, right? And then we assign the draft order, and then all the teams are assigned based on everybody's draft picks. And we could do the same kind of concept as a hit draft, where after the break, we upload the cards into Uncommon, and the participants in the break get to move those cards around into the order they would draft them and rank them into a draft order.
Yep.
And then we would randomize the draft order and then auto pick those cards.
Yep.
So that's I think that would be a really fun way to do some of these higher end products, especially, or products like Archive Signature Series.
Yep.
And that's just a matter of, getting to a point where we can invest a little bit into building out that software. It'll probably depend a little bit on, how the drafted teams breaks go that we have.
Right.
And indication is that they're working great. The process works good. And people are doing better in drafted teams breaks than they are in random team breaks.
Yep.
So, no, I think it's good. And we're going to continue to evolve.
Yeah. 100%. We looked at doing UFC as a random card, but just decided against it in terms of the price per card. We felt was just a little bit, and the amount of spots too was just going to be a little tougher. So that's why we opted for the format that we did. But it was definitely something that we looked at.
Yeah, we kind of look at every possible format for every product and try and figure out a balance of how many spots is it going to require us to fill and what the price point is. And, I think one of the challenges for UFC is if the price point gets too high, it's tough for a wider variety of people to play in it. And if there's too many spots, then there's not enough of an audience to fill all of the spots. And so the UFC's kind of in this weird spot right now where, it'd be great if everybody invited all of their UFC buddies. The reality is we're going to break and we're going to buy and break what we're confident is going to fill. Mm-hmm. And our confidence level on UFC is just a little low right now.
Right.
So we're going to continue marketing it. We're going to continue trying to draw people in for more UFC breaks. And
we're going to still get every single new release. We're still going to get
every new release. We just might get one case or two cases instead of 30. Right. We actually turned down UFC Midnight this year.
Yep.
We did not take our full allocation that was offered to us, because of our confidence level in getting it full. So I'll give you a little insight into that. And again, we're always happy to share this kind of information with you guys so you know why we make the decisions that we make. It's there's a why behind everything that we do. And you guys are more than welcome to ask questions about the Ys. So, but I think we're caught up on questions. So keep them coming, guys. If you've got other questions, we want to hear them. I don't hate Titus's idea of doing like a lowest serial number random.
Right.
You know, where the person that's in the number 1 slot gets the lowest serial number.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
And then you'd have to kind of have like a second, like, you know, so they get the 1 of 1. The one spot gets the 1 of 1. But if there's multiple 1 of 1s, you almost have to go to alphabetical at that point.
Yeah,
so you go serial number, like numerator, then denominator, then alpha for like the tiebreakers.
Well, you'd go denominator first, then numerator, right?
Which one is which?
I think numerator over denominator.
Yeah, so you got to do, right. So you do numerator first. So the 1 is the first. And then the 1 of 1 beats the 1 of 3 as the tiebreaker.
No, you have to do it the other way, because if you're going lowest serial number, you'd have to do the denominator, because then the 1 of 1 beats the 1 of 3.
I mean, you could go either way.
I think that's the right way to do it, though, because the 1 spot should get the lowest numbered card. Because then you could end up with the 1 of 199 getting the
first.
They
don't number them that high.
Yeah,
you
know what I mean?
1 of 87. So
yeah.
I'm
right. Let the record show that I'm right.
I don't know. I like it the other way. I like it the other way better.
You just like that for Pack Wars, so
I like it because I like it a little
101.
I like to participate in breaks that are a little bloody. It's just how I like it. I either want to win big or feel the pain.
Yep.
That's my own personal like. None of this middle ground. Like, oh, I did okay. Like, I want to be like, holy cow, that was brutal. Or I'm the man. I got the monster card.
Yep.
Right. That's no middle ground for me.
Funny. Stuffsky asked a question. How do you feel? I've got a personal feeling on this. How do you feel about the eBay hold on Bedard cards and other athletes? And so if you haven't heard about that, basically what eBay's doing, they've never like come out and said that they're doing this. But they'll basically put like a ghost hold on a new listing where it will say published, but it won't show up in any searches. You can't find it. No one can bid on it, etc. for a set period of time. And I think I've seen it from 24 hours. I've seen them 72 hours, kind of varying. And on the cards they do varies as well.
Yeah, let's call it what it is. It's absolute trash and market rigging.
That's the problem.
It is market rigging. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. eBay is artificially constraining the supply of particular singles in the marketplace.
So it appears that there's less out there.
So it appears that there's less out there, and so that the demand is concentrated to less cards, and they sell higher, so eBay gets more fees.
Yep.
It's absolutely trash.
It is bad.
It's trash that they're doing this.
Yeah.
It is, honestly, it's fraud. It is absolute fraud to completely misrepresent
the amount of cards
that are on the market, so that the demand is concentrated on a less number of cards.
And it's just frustrating as heck too, because you can't do anything about it. Like you can repost and relist as many times
why
as
is
you want.
my card worse?
Right.
Like why is my listing worse than somebody else's listing, that my listing gets throttled?
Yeah.
For 24 hours,
Yep.
so that people can't even see it. It doesn't even show up in a search,
Yep.
even though it is published.
We had this happen. So Ryan and I had this happen to us with Bowman Draft this winter with the Tom Brady that we pulled.
Yep.
We ripped a case together, he drafted it, pulled a Brady to 75, not an auto, but the yellow 75. And we're like, okay, we'll list this together and split it. And listed it, and it didn't go... a card that needed to be listed right away too to be able to get max value. Obviously, the more they get listed, price goes down. So we're trying to get it out as quick as possible to maximize our value. And it got throttled for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And we could not. I relisted it like 5 times, different accounts, whatever.
Yeah, you guys all know. You all absolutely know that getting your card to market quickly is so critical to maximizing value and maximizing liquidity. And here's the marketplace platform that's supposed to be the most liquid platform on the planet is picking and choosing winners. And I think fraud is the right word.
Yeah, it's not good.
I just think it's trash.
Yeah. EP, it's not necessarily, I think it is, it just kind of naturally becomes mainly big name players, like the most highly desired cards, like the Tom Brady Chaseless Massive and Bowman draft, like most Wembanyama stuff is going to be really big, Bedard stuff,
Yep.
you know, et cetera, kind of in that realm of player.
Yeah, because eBay knows that if there's 100 of them, it sells for $100.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's 200 of them, it sells for 75.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And their interest is high auction prices.
Correct. Yeah.
And so they're manufacturing artificial scarcity.
Yep.
And I don't like it. I don't like it.
We are not going to create a card resale site to combat it. We're not going to create our own eBay.
We might create something better.
Yeah.
We might create something better. Right? This is maybe a bold statement. It's maybe a bold statement to say we're going to create something better than eBay. And don't believe me. Like I have no delusions that I could ever build anything that competes with eBay.
Right.
But we do have grand design plans for enabling peer-to-peer selling within Uncommon,
Correct.
where you guys, as a part of future community features, can have friends lists, and ability to communicate directly with other collectors on the platform and sell cards to each other that are facilitated through the platform, including cards that are just hit in a break.
Yep.
So you could literally hit a card in a break and make that card available via chat.
Mm-hmm. Or you'd just be able to message someone right away and reach
Or
out,
be
even
able
if
to
it's not
send a
available.
message, hey, are you in selling that card, transact within the platform, and we fill the order.
Right.
Because the card's here that we pulled it in a break.
Yep.
So yeah, Gran Formaggio says, are you gonna, build a new resale site? Yeah, kind of.
I like the name Real Bay.
Real Bay.
Yeah. You might get hit with some with some trademark issues there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do all of this without getting sued. I'm probably already gonna get sued because I just said eBay was committing fraud.
Yeah, you said it, not me. I'm not gonna end up like Scottie Scheffler today.
Let's just say that if this was a stock market, they would be under investigation by the SEC without question.
Every politician does it.
Trash. Absolute trash.
That's funny. Eddie says, would it be possible for a snake draft break using the drafted teams format? It's not set up right now. It could get set up. I'm assuming the techie side of it to change that from a straight random into a draft to a snaked format.
Yeah, I mean,
could happen.
It's certainly possible. So essentially, for a 30-team break, you have 10 spots,
right?
And then you snake draft until everybody has 3 teams. It's certainly possible, but at the end of the day, it's just a matter of how high the demand is for something like that and how much it costs us to build. So,
right.
Every time we roll out a new feature, it costs us $50,000 to $100,000 to roll out a new feature. Like Blue Diamond Rewards is probably about $100,000 build. So yeah, it's just a kind of a ROI decision on the software basis of like what features we tackle and in what order. So.
Yep. John says, I like John's comments, is so kind of talking about the future developments on Uncommon, talking about tagging another person or reaching out, everything. John, all that will be included in those future features.
Yeah, we're gonna build out a really nice, robust community feature set that allows collectors on the platform to interact with each other.
Yep, with tagging, with
And
private messaging,
and communicating. I mean, well, I wouldn't make any promises on any particular things like tagging or anything like that.
It's still early.
We're gonna evaluate everything and decide what we think is the best.
Right.
We're gonna talk to collectors and learn what you guys really want, and then we're gonna shape those community features around what you guys want. And at the end of the day, what we're really trying to do is recreate some of what we feel like we've lost from Facebook.
Right.
Facebook is terrible as a marketplace. Buying and selling breaks, even finding things, search features, notifications. Like there's a lot of things that we don't love about Facebook, which is why we built Uncommon. But the thing that Facebook was great at was actual community stuff, being able to interact with each other and build friends and relationships with other collectors in the community. And so we're going to start, I mean, we have plans and designs for rolling out that kind of community and relationship feature set to Uncommon, so that we can kind of pick up a little bit of what we feel like we lost as we kind of transitioned off of Facebook. So, but yeah,
It'd be fun.
I mean,
We're looking forward to that.
yeah.
That's the next big thing I think to Uncommon that we're really looking forward to continuing to grow and roll out.
Yeah.
And just how it'll change everything.
Yeah, right now we're launching a couple of other breakers on the software, and so that's kind of the current build state. But yeah, I mean, the next feature set is really anchored in these community features.
Yep.
So,
Chris, I don't think anything ever happened to Robinhood for the GameStop thing.
Yeah, I never heard.
Did you see the tech company, the EV company that just blew up and is up like 1,000% in the last couple days?
No.
It was some penny stock. It went from like 4 cents to $1.18.
An electric vehicle company?
Yeah.
Like in China or something?
Let me read this. Former meme stock EV companies are surging.
And people just like to gamble at the end of the day, right?
Lucid, Nikola, and QuantumScape are all taken off again.
And Nicola's been on like the verge of
Bankruptcy
forever. I mean, I participate in the electric vehicle space a little bit. Like, it's a tough road, man. It's going to be hard for any of these guys to make it, with the exception of Tesla, which has gone bonkers.
I think there was one car company, I think it was a Chinese one, that like was up like 1,000% in the past couple days because people were just pumping it.
You got to love the pump and dump, right?
Yeah, I just need to get in on one of them.
I mean, GameStop had another surge here just this
and
week.
AMC, I think, too.
AMC.
Yeah.
Well, because the account, the social media account that drove the initial stuff for those two stocks,
Yep.
like tweeted again for the first time in like 2 years or something
really?
like that. And so everybody went nuts on AMC and GameStop just because this one account, which has been ghosted
That's crazy.
for a long time, finally like commented something else.
Yeah.
And kind of set it on fire again.
Yeah,
So
I'd have a lot more fun with it if I knew when to get in.
yeah. Right. No
Next
kidding.
time. Next time.
No kidding. All right. Well, again, we're caught up, so keep throwing those questions at us, guys, and we can keep tackling them for you.
Is there any other big news that happened this week in the shop or in breaks or anything? Things have kind of been...
We had some guests.
We did have some guests in the shop. That was
We had some guests in the shop this week. Will Klein and Nick Lofton,
Yep.
who were both, I think they were
They're
both
both in 2020.
in 2020 Bowman Draft Baseball.
Yep.
We're in town playing the St. Paul Saints, and came and paid a visit to the shop and hung out with us for a little while. And yeah, so it was a lot of fun to have those guys come visit the shop. Lofton hit Lofton hit a dinger.
We're good luck.
I told Nick on his way out of the shop, it's like, I would wish you luck, but you're playing my team, so I'm not gonna wish you luck, but best of health to you. I think that's what I said to him. So, and then he goes and hits a dong.
Yeah, he took that personally.
He did. I think I insulted Nick.
He must have.
I insulted Nick Lofton so that he, dropped a bomb on our team.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna go see those guys play on Sunday, I think.
Are you?
Yeah, Sunday afternoon is the last game of their away stand, so I'll go watch them. I gotta go talk to Prado. He owes me a golf club.
Just one? Didn't you lose 2 golf clubs that day? Or did you lose?
No, I did lose both of them. Both my wedges. 2 wedges. My 56 degree and my 50 degree. Yeah, long story short, so this is 2 years ago now, 2 summers ago. We went out golfing with Brewer Hicklin, who is now in the Brewers organization, Nick Lofton, and Nick Prado. And Prado is a lefty, and me and him were the only lefties, so we golfed together. He used my clubs, and somehow 2 of them ended up getting lost. 2 wedges ended up getting lost.
Yeah, and the dirty part is that this is a private country club.
Super nice golf course.
Like, super nice private country club.
That I know the head pro at, so the head pro, so I was like, okay, I'll call him later.
Get the clubs later. And at this high-end private country club, no one turned in the wedges.
No.
That just blows my mind.
Yep.
That at a country club like this, some rich schmuck
Stole
actually
mine too.
bagged your wedges.
Yep.
Tragic.
Sad. And I needed it on Monday in our golf tournament. I needed it because we had a chip from about 90 yards out. All I had in the bag, I couldn't go regular pitching wedge because I just wasn't going to go that heavy.
You just choked down.
I'm not good at that. I'm not good enough at golf to do any crazy thing, so I just need to hit clubs normally. Had to go with the 60 degree and plopped it 20 yards short.
Yeah.
And we lost by 1 stroke. That could have been the difference.
It could have been the difference. It was. We lost by 1 stroke. We shot a 26 under. 26 under, baby. We shot a 46.
And
we lost by 1 stroke.
Yep. The best round of golf I've ever played. 26 under.
Right? No kidding. No kidding.
Adam, they could have had me. I could have signed something else for him if they gave me my clubs back. But I guess so. Someone knew they were mine.
Yeah. Adam asked, what happened to divisional breaks?
We've run some divisional breaks lately.
It's
been a little bit. We did some football ones a little bit ago. We actually haven't done any Bowman divisionals.
We haven't done any Bowman divisionals.
Yep.
So, listen, we post the breaks that you guys tell us that you want. So, by you popping in, Adam, and saying, hey, what happened to divisional breaks? A divisional break for Bowman Hobby is going to be $540. Oh, over 6. Oh, 6 divisions. Yeah, so you're 6 1/4.
Yeah.
6 1/4 for a Bowman divisional. Archives retired divisional.
That is a great
idea.
I
like that. I like that.
I'll write that down.
I like archives retired because, that's that one's gonna be a couple $100.
Right. Yeah. Everyone should get some cards.
Yeah. Now you've got 20 cards for 6 spots.
Yep.
And, for a couple $100, the cost of 3-ish boxes.
Right.
You can have a shot at a division. I like that. We've never done that. We've never done a divisional.
I'll build that out for tomorrow night, Adam. We'll run that tomorrow night.
Yeah. See, there you go. Bing. All you got to do is ask.
100%.
All you got to do is ask. We're here to give, boys.
Yeah, I like that. Trainbow asked, we've been talking about, we've received a few different good Blue Diamonds reward suggestions, so we've been talking about them all and have, just been kind of planning for the future as of right now. So nothing's still set in stone. We still got some more things to try out.
Yeah, we've got the first kind of 6 to 8 weeks kind of planned out for Blue Diamond rewards drops, just, testing different variables, right? As you would do with anything new, we want to test different price points, different diamond price points, test different types of giveaway or, prizes and merchandise and things like that and see what really works. it's not intended for everybody to like everything. It's the same. I tell people this about Topps releases.
Yep.
Like Topps doesn't make 40 products and expect everyone to like all 40 products. They make 40 products because everyone likes something different. Like we had some negative feedback, on the Mag Pro
Pros.
drop. We had some negative feedback on the Mag Pro drop from some people who were like, "This, I don't like this."
Mm-hmm.
But the reality is 91 people took advantage of the Mag Pro drop,
Yep.
and we had some of those people reaching out asking us if they could do more than one spot.
Right.
So again, it's not like none of these drops are going to make everyone happy. We're trying to do a variety of different things to test who likes what and what that future is going to be, and then be able to integrate some of the ideas that you guys have also. So
Speaking of testing, we should be testing out those koozies right now and showing these guys that they work.
we should have these koozies. Why aren't we putting these koozies to good use?
I can confirm that the opener and the koozies do work.
Yeah, I walked into the studio. The other day, and this guy's got a bottle of beer
Yep.
in a koozie
Those
on
I
his
get that
desk in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, like, you're on the clock. What are you doing?
You know what they say, Ryan? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
This guy's doing quality control testing.
100%. You have to. Like, it's just like
He's doing quality control testing to make sure the bottle opener and the koozies work in the middle of his workday.
Yeah, that's my job description is to make sure our products are, the products that we're providing are.
I'm not sure that is on your job. Do you even have a job description?
No, I don't think so.
Besides,
I was actually talking.
Besides this one, I think this is the only job description that he has.
It was dedication. I didn't.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
want
At
to
the
do
top.
it.
At the top. Right there. That is Emil's only job description, is how he is listed in my phone.
It was a tough day. I didn't want to put in extra work, but it was my dedication to my craft, to my job, that I had to go get that beer and test it out.
All while I'm having to watch my calorie intake.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm not doing is watching my calorie intake this summer.
Yep, I'm in the middle of a little fat guy summer.
Yep.
So I got to get the swimsuit body going on.
It's wedding season for me right now,
Beach
so
body.
there's gonna be the opposite of beach bodies going on for me. I got a wedding this week, next week's Memorial Weekend, a wedding the week after, and then one the week after that.
Dude.
And then I think 2 weeks after that is a bachelor party.
And then his wedding.
No. Incorrect.
No, I mean, you're next for babies.
No, I think the baby thing is a little bit down the road. We'll worry about being next for the wedding first. I hope I'm not next for a baby. I was worried there. They say like things come in threes, right? We had you and Titus both have a baby at the same time.
Yep.
Titus is gonna be so much younger at his child's graduation than you are.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Titus will be 45?
Yeah, so Titus is I think 26 or 27, right?
Yeah,
I
so
think he just turned 27.
So he'll be like 45 when his kid when
27 plus
Hazel
18.
graduates from high school,
Yeah, that's a good age.
which is
It's like prime age
almost how old I am right now. I'm prime? Did you just call me prime age?
for having a kid
Yeah,
graduate.
Everybody heard it. Emil just called me prime age.
No, I think that's prime age for graduation. You're gonna be geriatric when Beckett graduates.
I will be 61 when Beckett graduates from high school.
I think that's pretty close to where my parents were when my sister graduated. To be honest,
Yep. Prime.
that's not prime. That's old. That's Kane and Walker
I'm-
across the stage.
I'm in my prime. Adam, I will make an appearance. Let's do some Bowman choice. Adam, can I come back for a guest spot and break some Bowman choice?
No, do archives tomorrow.
Oh, I could do archives.
Yep.
But I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I got car show.
Yeah, I'm not here tomorrow either. I'm taking off in the afternoon. It's gonna be a short day. It's a short day for me.
In the afternoon today?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's the rehearsal dinner tonight.
I don't hear about anything.
Yep, I'm out.
I will rip Bowman. I am not ripping a heritage 5.
We just
cases.
restocked a few heritage
We
cases.
did.
And get some more in.
We just restocked 5 cases of heritage.
That's it.
And it is not for Ryan to do a heritage 5 case. But I am down for some
that's a J-break.
2024 Bowman choice or some archives.
A half case. Half case.
A half case choice. Half case choice. 3 boxes, 9 cards. That's good. So,
that's funny. We're glad to hear that you guys are liking, some of the ones that we've done for the Blue Diamond drops. As always, we mentioned this before. We even have it in the caption of every Blue Diamond reward drop. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, any different kind of formats that you think might work good for Blue Diamond rewards, we are definitely open to, just like we are for breaks. If you have products that you want us to see go out and get, if you want to see formats, like, let us know. You guys know. If
Adam says one thing and he gets a custom break built just for himself for tomorrow night.
Exactly. Yeah. Just let us know. You guys know how to talk to the breakers in the chats. Have them, let us know. We'll talk. We talk between each other and just keep us posted, because ultimately we're gonna do what you guys want to do. Everything is built for you guys.
Yep.
So just be sure to talk with us.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all the questions that we've got at this point. So we are going to wrap it up. Appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your support on the app. Thanks for your support with the breaks. Thanks for supporting our team of breakers, both here and in Wisconsin. Kind of, those guys. Kind of. Thanks for supporting them. But we still that little competitive edge between Minnesota and Wisconsin's just never gonna go away entirely.
Wisconsin still hasn't pulled a superfractor out of Bowman. That's all I'm saying.
Neither have you.
I got 2.
No.
2 1-1s.
No.
3 1-1s actually.
No. Those were Andrews or Titus's.
Nah. They were Minnesota, so that's all that matters.
I got it. But appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday morning, and we will see y'all next week.
All right. I'm going to go test out the Marcuzzi.